Welcome people of YouTube, Guy Gash here again today. Thank you for joining me on another one of my videos. So today we're going to be talking about work-life balance, and I wanted to make a quick video about it because I think it's very important for young people, for old people, for anybody who has obviously reached a level of working life. So in my opinion, in my experience, where all these videos come from, I believe you need 3 hobbies in life. One that earns you money, one that keeps you sane, and one that keeps you creative and releases your creativity. So number one for me, I'm talking off my own experience, the building trade. And I know people might be thinking, well, you're working, you're a builder, and that's what you do for a job. For me, I treat it like a hobby. And I think a big thing of how to create a work-life balance is how you treat your job. Is it a stress? Is it just a job? Is it for the money? Or is it a hobby? Is it something you enjoy? Is it something you embrace? Is it something you feel good doing? Could you do this for the rest of your life? In my opinion, I could happily build houses for the rest of my life if my body allowed me to. I would love doing that. I wouldn't get stalled. I wouldn't get bored. I love it. You know, all the challenges, all the different things to build. That's my experience. Obviously, I'm trying to invite you into thinking about finding something for yourself. So yeah, the building trade. Fortunately, I get paid for one of my hobbies. It's brilliant, you know. It's a brilliant life to be living. I'm happy with it. The hobbies that keep me sane, my BMX bike. You know, when I get on that bike, all the stresses of the day, if there's any relationship problems, if there's any family problems, when I get on that bike, all that is just gone. Because I'm there to bust some tricks and do some cool stuff on a bike. That's all I'm there for. That is one of the greatest hobbies I have found, because it just releases all that stress, all that tension. I can fire it into throwing a few bar spins. That's what works for me. You've got to find yourself a hobby that keeps you sane in this crazy world. Let's not get stalled and think we can't do this, we can't do that. To find a hobby like that, to find a hobby that keeps you sane, you have to go and try different things. You have to go and try new things. Try things that you're not comfortable with. Push your comfort zones. Push things that just pick up a pen and paper and start drawing, start writing, start doing something with your time, and you'll realise that you can actually release energy, you can release stress, you can release anxiety by creating a hobby for yourself. Hobbies are beautiful. You can work for them, you can be sane through them, you know. My last point, and this is where I'm going to conclude the video, it was only a quick one, this video, but the hobby that keeps you creative. And for me, this YouTube channel, very creative for me. You know, I sit down, I click record, I talk, I've got no scriptures around me, nothing else, you know, I'm just talking to the camera, and that's a good release of my creativity. That's where I can put my creative energy into. We are creative beings, we like creating things. Try drawing, try artwork, try poetry, try anything. It doesn't have to be labelled as creative, but just as little as, you know, doing things around your house, painting something, drawing, wallpapering, whatever. Try and find a hobby that keeps you in touch with your creative side, because this is where, you know, the pure sense of joy comes from. When you create things, you bring things into existence. You have put your stamp on it, you've created it with your own hands, with your own mind and thoughts and ideas, and it's yours. It's come out of somewhere and it's come out of your mind, and ultimately it expands your mind because you're moving away from it and you're creating something. Like with me, with my videos, you know, it's just coming straight from my head. It's not coming from anywhere else. I'm just talking straight from my mind out into a video and click and record. And that's what works for me. I have, you know, I've got a little tree branch thing that I'm carving into a snake. I've got my little book that I draw and write in. I've got loads of little outlets, and that's what I think. To find a perfect work-life balance, you have to do your job, but play the matrix and the culture and the society at your own game. Don't let it consume you. And the way to do this is find your outlets of stress, your outlets of energy, your outlets of enjoyment, because work isn't everything, but you are everything. Don't become your work. Let your work want you. You know, create yourself. As I always say on this channel, peace and love to anybody watching this. Make sure you're finding a healthy work-life balance. Don't let your job get too much on top of you. Remember, you can always change, you can always go somewhere else. Always remember that life is one massive opportunity and you never signed up to anything. Take it easy.